Well, first of all, you said it right the other day. Sometimes we just need to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Yeah, people on the news, people on TV shouldn't have opinions.
Mistakes were made. He was able to get into school and kill children and 2 teachers. And the people who made those mistakes are going to have to live with that for the rest of their life. The teacher who left the door open is paying for that. The 2 police officers that were shot off, the cops that were trying to figure out what was happening. In real time, every second that they're trying to figure out, a gun bullet's going off. A gun's bullet going off. And then you
Then why didn't they do anything? That's my question.
see people sitting in chairs like this telling them what they did wrong. How dare you?
Yeah.
Mistakes were made. Officer.
How dare I? How dare I police from my armchair? When the police are charged with keeping the civilians safe, and all they do is stand around in a hallway and arrest concerned parents, maybe they have some culpability in that situation.
Officers have to live with that. One of the officers lost his own child. You don't think that's not going to live with him?
Yeah.
Mistakes were made, of course they were. But let's not forget who's responsible. The murderer is. He had time to plan. He had support. He had finance. He watched. He waited. He had the advantage. And it's a simple thing. And I'm not a genius, and I don't pretend to be one, but I'm a parent, and I was a bodyguard, and my job was to keep Snoop safe. I always planned for a problem.
Yeah, we've done that. It's called police. We've planned for violent criminals. The police. There you go. The police didn't do their job in this case.
And it goes to Mr. Kern's point, until you start looking in the mirror and start saying that we have bad people, we have evil people, we have monsters in every town and every city, and we need to plan accordingly. Then we can do that. But until then, we'll have roundtables like this and all these geniuses on TV. And I go back to your awesome point, and you had the balls to say it. Sometimes we need to shut the hell up.
Thank you.
That's Tyrus. He is on Fox News. He is part of Gutfeld's show. If you don't watch Gutfeld, well, he's pretty clever, so you might want to check him out, just for how witty he is. Tyrus, I don't know why he has that opinion, because he's on Fox News, where they should be all like, we should all have guns, and we should all be able to defend the Constitution and defend the country and do whatever. And now he's saying that, oh look, there's bad people in the world. Yeah, there's bad people because we've left people behind, too many people behind. We left too many young men hanging out in the wind, just to blow in the breeze and feel as if they are neglected and abandoned and unwanted. That's the society we've created here. Now, maybe Tyrus is being more reserved about this. Is like, the police needed to hold back because he, in his bodyguard duties, probably needed to hold back. I don't know, because he is a huge dude. He is 6 feet 9 inches tall, and as you saw, he is not a thin man. He is very robust, so he probably weighs well over 300 pounds, and if he hits you, you're going to feel it, right? I am nowhere near even 200 pounds, so if he hits me, I'm definitely going to notice. So maybe he's thinking maybe that's where he's coming from, that, sometimes those who are the protectors need to hold back. But he's talking about the Uvalde incident, and in that incident, I don't think the law enforcement needed to hold back. Their job is to run into the danger. Run in head first. If they don't get shot, then they're lucky. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please make sure that you're still subscribed. You can find me on Rumble and on Twitter. I do tweet lots of interesting things. At least I think they're interesting. If you like the content I put out here, you're probably going to like some of the things I tweet. But back to this story here, I want to talk about this Uvalde thing because things are, finally coming to a head. It seems like there's more than just talk this time. I was a person who's like, yeah, I don't know, we got to probably do something about gun control. I don't know, but I can see the point of, the best thing to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And in this case, it took a good guy who ran in headstrong, head first, put himself in danger, and took out the bad guy. And nobody else would do that. Why not? That's their job. Your job as a police officer is to take a bullet so that I don't. And if we put on that badge, that's what you should be thinking. This is so ridiculous. This is akin to saying, oh, look, I'm a firefighter. Oh, there's a bunch of people stuck in a burning building. I don't want to go in and try to get them out because I might get burned. That's what the police did in this situation. Are you kidding me? That's what the police did. They just, oh, there's danger. I don't want to go. I don't want to get hurt. Oh, I might break a nail. Oh. These little sissy boys is what we've hired to be our police officers. No, you are supposed to take that bullet for me. That's it. That's all there is to it. You're not here to give me tickets. You're not here to make sure that I have my seatbelt on and that I don't go over the speed limit and that I don't litter. You're here to take on the threats to those of us who are just innocent citizens. I'm not allowed necessarily to do that. Like, they wouldn't, my understanding, I have not had time to research this, but my understanding is that there were parents there who wanted to go in and save their children and the police would not let them. So if that's not true, please let me know in the comments, but that's what I understand happened. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? And not only that, they do have, most police precincts now have bulletproof vests for their police. And even if they don't, I mean, a lot of times these guys will buy it just for themselves because they know they're going to get shot at. I don't know what the rating is on a bulletproof vest if it'll stop an AR-15, because the guy had AR-15 ammunition and AR-15 guns. I don't know if it will stop that, because with high-powered rifles, you have to have like actual metal plates. And there's a ceramic type and there's a metal type, and the highest rated, I believe, overall is the metal plates. They're thick metal plates too. They're heavy. Even then, you can still get shot in a place where you don't have any body armor covering you. But I want to take a look at this article here from the New York Post from Miranda Devine. Where are the men of courage? They're gone thanks to toxic masculinity. Yeah, that's not a thing, honey. Sorry. Especially considering what they think toxic masculinity is. I think toxic masculinity is somebody like me. I like to lift weights. I think that women belong in the home. I'm toxically male. I'm like, no, I don't want people to be hurt. You have abandoned the traditional view of family and society. And now we're having all of these problems. But it's toxic masculinity that caused all those problems. But yet the traditional view is what they consider toxic masculinity. You people don't make any sense. Of course, they don't know. They're sniffing their own farts. So we vilify action men, brand chivalry and valor, toxic masculinity. Stamp on the manly virtues that made civilization possible. Oh, very good. Actually, correct in that first paragraph. Then we are shocked when armed cops stand around outside a classroom while children are slaughtered, or when strap hangers watch passively as a woman is assaulted on a subway. Yeah, that was horrifying. You remember about that? It happened like, I don't know, a month or two ago. Some woman was actually being penetrated against her will by a man, and people just stood around and took video. Nobody called the police or intervened or anything. See, I don't understand that. It's like I'd have to do something or say something, but then maybe it's because I've been pushed around a lot because I'm small. A couple months ago, like 3 months ago, these guys were at the gym hogging this machinery that they weren't even using, and I'm like, I went over there, started working, like, hey, we're using all. No, you're not using this. I've been watching you. You can work out right there and be fine, and I can work out right here and be fine, and you don't have to be in my way, and I don't have to be in your way. But no, they wanted to make a big deal out of it. So, and they were big dudes too, not like muscular. They were athletic, but they weren't like huge. They were just really tall. But you got to stand up for yourself. What is the answer? Democrats cynically demonize Republicans over guns as a motivator for their base. Republicans fall back on hardening security to prevent more school shootings. But Little Rob Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, where an 18-year-old gunman murdered 19 children and 2 of their teachers last week, was already pretty hardened. Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District had its own 6-strong police force. Oh, 6. Armed security guards, perimeter fencing, and a locked classroom policy, according to security plan posted on its website. Wow. They have 6 police officers. Now, I don't know how many schools there are in the district. Are there 10 schools in the district? Well, that's probably not enough police to go around. I don't know. Still, the shooter found an unlocked door, and the only thing that might have saved those children were men of courage and action rushing into the line of fire. Yes, men. Typically, yeah, we want men to do that. So women can do it, but men are generally going to be bigger and stronger and able to handle those sorts of physical threats. Instead, they had armed police officers milling about outside their classrooms, reportedly for over an hour, as blood flowed unchecked and innocent souls rose to heaven. Yeah. Can you imagine being a student in that situation and just hoping and praying that somebody shows up to save you? That is your only option, is that somebody will intervene and save you from this person who is probably going to execute you, as far as you know. Wow. That has got to be so awful for a person to go through. If you were the desperate parents prevented by the cops from going inside the school to save your kids, your rage would be rightly insatiable. Missing the point. But armchair Twitter warriors, armed with the minimal real data, ranting about cowardice and drumming up death threats for Uvalde police, are missing the point. Oh, are we now? You can't bully people to be brave or nag them into valor. They either are or they aren't that way. No. Hard times make brave men, Threats to people's lives make brave men. You have to swallow all of that fear and just do it anyway. That's how it works. You want to save, look at this little girl running away. Look at this little girl running away. You want to save them, or do you want to see them get shot? Now it's our duty as the adults to save the children, isn't it? Women and children first? Am I missing something here? They either are the first responders or 911 running toward danger to save strangers, men who strapped on oxygen tanks to climb 110 flights of stairs to their deaths, or they are not. We used to venerate men like the entire shift of 15 firefighters from Midtown's Engine 54 Ladder 4 Battalion 9, whose fading photographs still face the heedless crowd on 8th Avenue. Men with families to live for, who rushed to their deaths on 9/11 because they believed in a system of honor and duty in which they were destined to be guardians of the community. Men like Battalion Chief Edward Gergat, 45, firefighters Alan Feinberg, 48, Jose Guadalupe, 37, Leonard Regaga, 36, Michael Lynch, 30, Christopher Santora, 23, and fellow heroes. Now their inheritors show up at emergencies and the public throws bottles of urine at them. Social justice warriors and their eager media accomplices smear cops every day as racist and murderers. ACAB, all cops are bastards, is their favorite hashtag. Yeah, that is a good point that you make right there. People are demonizing the police, so why would they want to do their job? Especially the good ones, the ones who know that they're there for the community, that they're there for the citizenry. And so they leave. Why would the good cops stay? They're like, this is what I want to do. This is my heart right here, this job. And then you treat them like garbage. We pathologize manly virtues and bow to the tyranny of identity politics that seeks power by overthrowing a make-believe patriarchy. We raise boys in a soup of reproach and negativity that tells them their intrinsic nature is diseased. Yes, we do. How is this toxic masculinity? This is all coming from toxic femininity. This is all the feminist movement saying, hey, look, there's the patriarchy. The make-believe patriarchy, we got to get rid of it. And boys are snips and snails and puppy dog tails. Traditional masculinity is psychologically harmful, is it? The American Psychological Association declared in 2019 these were the masculine attributes it listed as diseased. Stoicism. Oh, that's just horrifying to be stoic, to allow the world to happen around you without overreacting to it. What a terrible thing. Oh no. Competitiveness. Well, competitiveness can be bad, but it can also be really, really good. Competitiveness has brought you and the internet that we're using right now to view this video. Dominance. Well, you know what? Human beings organize themselves in dominance hierarchies. They do. I don't know what to tell you about that. That's just how human beings are. We always look to somebody else to lead us to a better place. Aggression. Aggression can be bad, but it can also be very good. I mean, if you got barbarians coming to raid your village and the men of the village stand up and be aggressive and push the barbarians back. Guess what? Aggression was good for you in that situation. Anti-femininity. I would hope that men are not feminine. They have a job to do, and that is to be the male. Achievement. Oh, I'm sorry. Again, like I said, the internet. Eschewal of the appearance of weakness. Really? You want your men to appear weak when they need to be strong? Is that what you want? You want your men to be cowering in the corner, or cowering at all when they have to stand up and be strong? Did you know that you can win a fight just by appearing to be strong? That's all it takes in a lot of cases. Is you show that you're going to be strong in the situation. So you're going to take whatever comes at you. And adventure. I'm sorry that there's nothing wrong with wanting to go out and explore the world. I mean, what did all these different people do? What was it, Cortez? Looking for the Fountain of Youth? I don't know if he was looking for the Fountain of Youth, but somebody was. But either way, Cortez was an explorer. He went around and he explored things. Risk and violence. Well, you have to take risk in this world to get reward. Violence, define violence. Is it masculine sports like boxing, MMA? Is it defending innocent children against a violent shooter? Or is it being the violent shooter? What are you talking about when you say violence? This is terrible that the American Psychological Association has put violence, the vague term violence, is, oh, that's bad. Define violence. I like playing tabletop RPGs. You could say that's violent because I pretend like I'm actually killing things in the game. I play video games. Oh my goodness. Guess what kind of video games I like to play? Ones where you walk around with a sword and you hit things. That's violence. You shouldn't have those. That's toxic masculinity. Oh, just terrible. Just the worst. You kidding me with this? This is just so infuriating, this. The only acceptable man now is a man who wants to be a woman. We celebrate pregnant men and chest-feeding men. Chest-feeding men. No, it's breastfeeding. You see, in the drive to destroy masculinity, we've had to erase women as well. Okay. Police officers are no longer respected and admired for protecting communities. That's right, they're not. Masculinity crisis. There is one, definitely. We ignore the crisis that sees men commit suicide at ever-increasing rates or succumb to drug abuse and porn addiction, while savvy young women graduate from college in disproportionate numbers. You can follow this link if you want to. I'm going to leave a link to the article, but my understanding is the rate is 60% women are going to college now. If it's not, it's pretty close to that, graduating college. Trained from childhood to be entitled and unrealistic about relationships, their fertility, and the sacrifices and joys of motherhood, many become bitter and blame men for their confusion. Yeah, why would you blame men when you should be getting married at, say, no later than 25 and popping out a couple of kids no later than 30? I don't know what to tell you. That's just how biology works. If you don't understand that's part of biology, then hey, that's on you. Along the way, we emasculate the institutions that were necessarily masculine for our protection, notably the military. As an example, on Wednesday, the U.S. Marines celebrated lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex Pride Month by tweeting a picture of combat helmet adorned with rainbow-colored bullets. I'm sure rainbow-colored bullets kill just as easily as the copper-coated ones. But my military, I want them to stay out of politics and focus on how do I dispatch the enemy as efficiently as possible. That's all I want them to do, period, hands down. I don't want them to have any kind of political statement, any kind of left or right or anything. They are completely 100% neutral. Their uniforms, when they are not on the battlefield, should all be 100% gray. So should their barracks, so should their vehicles be painted. That's it. That's what they should focus on, destroying the enemy. That's it. So what do men do? They recoil and retreat. They leave the stage for hysterical epsilon men like Beto O'Rourke who whine and posture but can't protect a thing. Yeah, no kidding. Then when we need a strong, quick-thinking Gary Cooper to save us from outlaws, he's nowhere to be found. He has been rendered extinct, leaving 19 kids to be slaughtered inside a classroom while men and women wearing the legacy costume of toxic masculinity stand around waiting for orders. Yeah. We make men without chests and expect from them virtue and enterprise, C.S. Lewis foretold in his dystopian 1943 book, The Abolition of Men. C.S. Lewis knew what he was talking about, apparently. I'll have to check out that book. We laugh at honor and are shocked to find traitors in our midst. We castrate and bid the geldings be fruitful. Yeah. Biden's White House. Looks like we found Jim Eagle, and he's in the White House. Joe Biden is always looking for white supremacists under the bed and some new Jim Crow so scary that it has turned into an eagle. But the president doth protest too much, methinks. An exodus of at least 21 black staffers from the White House, dubbed Blacksit, according to Politico, suggests the president should clean up his own backyard before pointing the finger of blame. Yep. Hey, there's even comments. The red wave is coming. A return to sanity is but an election away. Thank you, Miranda, for your courageous reporting. How do we shift America back to rationality? How long will it take? Okay, that's pretty interesting. The title is misleading. The title suggests that toxic masculinity is the problem, whereas the article is all about how toxic masculinity, so supposed toxic masculinity, those traits which are not toxic masculinity, but people claim that they are, people in authority figures claim that they are lacking from men, and that's what's causing these sorts of terrible atrocities to happen in our country. So I'll leave a link to this. You can check it out. And thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate everybody coming by and supporting my channel. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.